everyone. Welcome to Hold the Phone. This week, we're talking about Warner Brothers and movies and such. Yeah, I know I said I'd talk about Ghostbusters. That'll be next week, or whenever I feel like it. Pajiba published a pseudonymous open letter to Kevin Tsujihara, president of Warner Brothers. This person, giving the name Gracie Law, blamed Tsujihara for not outing Zack Snyder from his position as the principal sole visionary of the DC Universe thus far, calling Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad all to be disappointments. Gracie also let slip some gossip that's apparently wandering out the studios that even Wonder Woman looks to be a future fiasco, despite the good trailer. This brought Patty Jenkins, the director of the Wonder Woman movie, to Twitter to defend her movie. These tweets were gathered into an article on Variety. Nothing Patty Jenkins said is that important to this video right here. It could be someone defending an unfairly maligned movie before it's even out. It could be her playing the spin game. I don't care. We'll find out in June who was actually right. What was more interesting to me was the first sentence of the penultimate paragraph of the Variety piece, written by Arya Roshanian. He said, and I quote, "Though all the films criticized in the letter were indeed critical flops, all managed to gross successfully worldwide." Hold the phone. See, I said it this time. Hold the phone. There's a sentence that he apparently missed in the middle of the open letter, where Gracie specified it's not just DC movies, it's your whole slate. Jupiter Ascending. Oh, I like Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending, Get Hard, Hot Pursuit, Max, Vacation, Pan, Point Break. I'm going to skip some profanity. You decided Pan was a good idea. You think another Jungle Book is a good idea. Yeah, I don't like passing judgment on movies that I haven't seen, that aren't even made yet, but once Disney remade the Jungle Book this year, Warner Brothers should have just packed that one in. But anyway, let's go through these movies one by one. The gross numbers and budgets I have here are from boxofficemojo.com. Jupiter Ascending cost $176 million. Its domestic gross was $47 million. The foreign gross was $136, so its worldwide take was $183 million. Get Hard cost $40 million and brought in $90? Foreign was $21 for a total of $101 million? That's not too bad. Hot Pursuit cost $35 million, grossed $34.5 in America, and $17 million in foreign markets for a total of $51. But according to Wikipedia, it wasn't produced by Warner Brothers, it was only distributed, so does that even count? Max was $20 million, it brought in $42 with measly $1.3 in the international market, so it's $43 total. Vacation was $31 million, brought in $58 million in America, $46 in foreign markets, so $104. Really? The Vacation movie made money. That was a success. Huh. Pan had a budget of $150 million, made $35 in America, and $93 in the foreign market. Seriously, what the hell, Europe? Apparently they thought Pan was a good idea. Anyway, it makes a total of $128 million. Still not a profit. Point Break had a $105 million budget. It made back $28 in America and $104 on the foreign market for a total of $133. Freaking Point Break movie made money internationally? Wow, this list did not go the way I thought it would. But if you add all the profits together, the total comes to $160 million. $176 if you do include Hot Pursuit. Now that sounds okay, I guess. Now this isn't all the movies that Warner Brothers made in 2015 either. We could take away the $20 million that Our Brandis Crisis lost, or add the $40 million that The Gallows made, that piece of crap, or the $100 million that Magic Mike XXL made. Okay, I'm not here to do all of Warner Brothers' budgeting calculations for them. I'm sure they're paying someone to do that, or at least I hope so. And remember, none of this includes the marketing budgets and other costs for the movie, whatever they are. Even though it looks like Point Break made money on my arithmetic, Wikipedia still calls it a box office bomb. So maybe that wasn't enough. So yeah, $180 million of profit for 7 movies sounds pretty good. Now that's about as much profit as another troubled comic book movie production, Ant-Man. So you heard it here first. These 7 movies made as much as Ant-Man did in just America. I'm not as keen on this open letter as I was when I first read it. I think I assumed because these movies were bad, they did worse than they really did. Besides, the letter seems to imply that Get Hard was a bad idea even on paper. Yeah, what's so smart about getting Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart in a movie together? These two giant movie stars. Well, yeah, it might not have worked. But it looks like it did. It was successful. What's the big deal? And of course, it's never a great idea to take any anonymous information too seriously. Anyone who chose to entirely ignore everything that was said in that open letter, I would not blame them. Then again, is everything all good and shipshape at Warner Brothers? I'll bet it could be better. Look, I'm not here to stick up for or throw shade at Warner Brothers, but that one sentence in the Variety article, I take exception to that. Though all the films criticized in the letter were indeed critical flops, all managed to gross it successfully worldwide. No! Did you even see when Gracie mentioned Jupiter Ascending in Pan? Those were legitimate, humongous bombs! We don't need anonymous sources to learn that, we all know it. Journalists need to get stuff like this right. If all it takes to publish a story on Variety is to collect a bunch of tweets, and then the one bit of research he did for the article turns out to be wrong, I don't know how to do Kevin Tsujihara's job, okay? I don't know what I expect him to do to run a huge company and to write this apparently sinking ship. I don't think another Jungle Book is going to do it. I think that path leads only to madness. But then again, that's what I thought about that, freaking Tarzan movie. And that... I actually forget if that did good or not, did that? So I don't know how to do a CEO's job, I admit it. But I do expect something from journalists. They're the only job that I can think of where the poor performance of all the people involved seems to disappoint me with every passing day. But hey, maybe they could try making donuts. It's not even a good sentence. All managed to gross successfully. It sounds like Google Translate. And I'm pretty sure that less than pleased doesn't have hyphens. I'm gonna screen cap that just in case they change it. You think you can hide something from my eyes? Okay, English might legitimately not be this guy's first language, but okay, fine, but that's why websites have things called editors.